So, Carol, we're here in front of an amazing patch of Mayapple in your landscape. Tell us a little bit about this plant.
Well, this is an interesting plant. It's funny that we didn't see it the other day where we saw so many wildflowers, but I guess it didn't have the right conditions. And Mayapple is a plant that usually spreads clonally. So all of these are most likely attached underground, related to one another, genetically the same. And this entire patch has come from 8 plants that were given to me by Sarah Stein, a friend who's no longer with us, but who was one of the people who started this whole movement toward using natives in the garden.
Yes.
And she said, don't worry, they'll spread.
And they did.
And she was right.
And they did.
And I love this. And what's so interesting is that about 2 years ago, uphill, maybe 30 feet uphill, I found one plant. Now, I know I've never seen this, but I've read that sometimes this plant does set viable fruit, and the seeds get transported by box turtles.
That's amazing.
So I'm sure that a box turtle brought that one seed up there, and it grew into that plant, which is now proliferated into maybe it's 9 or 10.
That's fantastic.
So this is a great ground cover. It again, its leaves will last through the summer, and it's got beautiful white flowers underneath, which you really kind of have to peek under these umbrella-like leaves to see. But they're very pretty flowers, and they are sometimes visited by bumblebees, but not very frequently. So you don't find fruit on every one of these, but you'll find them on some.
And I know that the fruit is actually edible to us, but you have to kind of pick it at the right time. Have you ever...
At the very right time. I don't even like to say that.
Yes.
Because it's a very chancy thing. The entire plant is very poisonous. And the fruit itself is poisonous unless you get it when it's really ripe. And that means that it's yellow and it's soft. And I was always afraid to try it, but I figured when I was writing about it, I had to speak from firsthand experience. So I did very tentatively try a little taste. And it was really kind of good.
And you're still here to talk about it.
I'm still here, right? I didn't eat the whole fruit. But I've read about people eating them at that time, and I knew that they wrote about it, so it must be true. It tastes very much like a mixture of maybe pineapple and custard apple or custard fruit. Very tropical, very fruity.
Sounds good.
It was very good. And the reason that this plant is important, even though it's poisonous, is that those poisonous compounds are used medicinally and in our modern medicine, not just something that's an old remedy that may or may not be true. This is something that relatives of this, actually, are very important in producing 2 very important cancer drugs. And it's a Himalayan relative that's been over-harvested at this point to the point that it's almost being declared threatened. And now they're looking at other plants in that same genus, Podophyllum, and even our plant, and it's been found that you don't really have to take the rhizomes to get the compound. You can just take the leaves, let the leaves stay until they have time to photosynthesize and store food for next year's growth in the rhizome, and therefore sustainably harvest it and get that that compound that's needed. I think it's called podophyllum to form or to use in the making of a drug, etoposide.
Wow.
So that's one of the...
Plants have a lot of functions, don't they?
They do.
This is Kim Ironman from EcoBeneficial. Thanks for watching. For more useful gardening tips to improve our environment, please visit us at www.ecobeneficial.com.